Hey guys, it's me editing this video. I just wanted to let you guys know I'm going to be doing my first ever live stream on Sunday. It's going to be Sunday at 8 o'clock Central Time, and Sunday is also daylight savings, so don't forget. It's going to be on YouNow, so you just have to download, I think you'll just have to download the YouNow app, and you'll just search Joseph Garner 94, and I should pop right up. And I think for my first live stream, it's going to be a pretty small audience, so it'll be nice to have some like more personal time with you guys. But yeah, make sure you tune in, and I'll see you guys Sunday at 8. This is going to be a very, not very edited video. I'm just going to talk to you guys and pretty much post it. I'll have some cuts, but it's going to be very much less edited than what you're used to. Last week, no, a few days ago, I did a little Q&A thing on Instagram, and somebody was saying I should try storytime videos. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm sure most of you know by now, I was raised Mormon. In the Mormon church, the men are expected to go on a mission when they turn 18, and it's an option for women when they turn 19. So you do mainly two things. One is like community service, and then the other thing is proselyting. Mormon missionaries don't choose where they go. You submit an application, the head leaders of the church pray about where every member should go, and then they send you to that place in the world. My dad went to Bolivia, and my brother went to Cambodia, and then I had a brother that was called to Peru, but then ended up serving in Michigan because of some visa issues. And then another brother that was in Pennsylvania, a sister that was in Nauvoo, Illinois. When I submitted my papers, I got called to the Alaska Anchorage mission. So you pack up, you leave for 2 years, you can't talk to your family or call them. You can only email them once a week, and you have like an hour to talk to them over email. So it's a big deal. I mean, when you're 18 and you leave your family like that, it's a little scary. You're also assigned to one person, which is called your companion. There's a bunch of rules on a mission, but one of them is that you have to stay within sight and sound of this person, your companion. And you don't choose who your companion is either. That's assigned to you by your leaders. So you might end up with somebody that you really hate. Changes happen every 6 weeks. So you might end up with the same companion, you might end up with a different companion, you might go to a new area. I got really lucky. So I heard crazy stories about some people who they had to be with all the time. Luckily mine were all like pretty nice, but some of them were better than others for sure. Some of them, even though they were like mostly nice, some of them were a little bit annoying, and some of them were kind of boring, and that's hard to be with somebody like that all the time too. But for the most part, I got very lucky. I had some really fun companions too. Like one of my companions was just kind of crazy. He was fun to be around, but he was also crazy. We would be praying at night, and after I would finish the prayer, I would look up and he would just be gone. Like hiding somewhere in the apartment, planning to scare me. So we would finish prayers, and I would get up and like look around the apartment behind shower curtains or closet doors, and then he would pop out and scare me out of one of them. There would be other times when I would finish a prayer and he would be right next to my ear and just say, "Amen." Like right in my ear. We'd be planning for the day, and he would be inching towards the light switch, and then he would flip them off, and then I would hear him on all fours coming for me. I even started carrying around a lighter. Like we had a lighter in the apartment, and I just kept it on me so that when he turned out the lights, I could flip it on to see where he was. Yeah, he was crazy, but seriously one of my favorite companions just because it was so outrageous and fun. Let's see, some of the hardest companions I had. There was one that would have night terrors, and he would literally wake up screaming. It was scary. Like for him and me, going to bed, it was like either one of us could be woken up by something very scary. He also ate the crappiest food. I remember going shopping with him for the first time. We went down the candy aisle and he was done. He was done shopping for the week. Like he ate donuts for breakfast. He had like candy for lunch, sometimes like members in the Mormon church feed the missionaries for dinner, and he would tell them he was allergic to vegetables. He would literally tell them he was allergic to all vegetables, even though he just did not like them. So when you're not doing service, you can do something called tracting, and tracting is just walking door to door, knocking on doors, asking if people want to hear a message about Jesus Christ. When you just go door to door, like 90% of the people that let you in are crazy and they just want somebody to talk to. I was assigned to a little island called Wrangell. It's like population 2,000 and it's like in southeast Alaska. We were doing tracting. We were walking door to door, and this guy let me and my companion in. We were teaching him about the Mormon beliefs, and he was saying, oh yeah, I agree with all of this. And I just remember being surprised, like, he already believes everything we believe. This is pretty wild. At the end of the lesson that we were teaching, we asked him if he had any questions, and he was like, I don't have any questions, but I did want to say, I know you guys are sworn to secrecy on a lot of things, and so am I, but I'll let you know this one thing. You're both
aliens.
And then there was a long, awkward silence. And me and my companion looked over to each other. We were like, all right, well, we gotta go. And then we ran away. People had a weird fascination with aliens on this island. There was another guy, he believed that he was building a spaceship for Jesus Christ. Like, literally the craziest people. There was also a really sweet old lady on that island who would let us in to share little spiritual thoughts and messages with her. And so she had a little squirt bottle that was high powered that she would shoot her cat with anytime it was doing something she didn't want. And she also had really bad eyesight. The cat at one point jumped up. My companion was sharing a spiritual thought, and the cat jumped up on the couch next to him and then went around behind him. And the old lady was trying to spray the cat. But she was spraying my companion in the face. He stopped what he was saying, just took it like a man, and then after she was done, he just continued talking like nothing had happened. It was one of the funniest moments of my entire mission. She had no idea she had just sprayed him in the face because she had terrible eyesight. But I had another mission companion, actually one of my favorites. He was from the Philippines, and English was his second language, and he understood the language really well, and he had like a really great sense of humor, but there were certain phrases that he didn't understand or he had never heard, like I'm pulling your leg. That was something that was very confusing for him. So we were at dinner with some members, and there was one girl that he thought was kind of cute. He was joking around with her, saying something that wasn't true. She responded with, "You're pulling my leg." He was like, "No." When we were sitting at this table, he thought that she was implying that he was like touching her when she didn't want him to. And so he was like, "No, I promise I'm not pulling your leg." He was like looking underneath the table. Yeah, good times, good times. Those are some of my experiences as missionary. It is a wild, very interesting experience. There were a lot of things that I liked that came from it though. Like a lot of the service aspect of it, I loved. Just making people feel good and helping people out makes me feel good. Helps me be grounded mentally. Yeah, so on my mission, I didn't think about the fact I was gay, like much at all the entire time because I was distracted with other stuff. So there's something called the Missionary Handbook, which is it's a little book that goes over all the rules of the mission. And I was always told like miracles happen when you follow this book. And so I was following the book perfectly. For some reason I was under the impression like I wouldn't be gay anymore as long as I followed all of these rules, even though that's not something that the Mormon church teaches. They don't teach that you can make deals like that with God. But for some reason, I thought that I had made one where if I was exactly obedient and followed this missionary handbook perfectly, I would be straight by the time I came home, which obviously didn't happen.
But it's just interesting. If you were to ask any of my companions, I was the annoyingly obedient one. I really value some of the friendships that I made and some of the people that I met. Yeah, just overall, very wild, interesting, hard, but good experience. That's what I have for you guys today. Thanks for listening to my crazy stories. If you guys want to hear any other like story time videos about anything you have questions about, feel free to ask me. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye. Oh, I'm gonna take a nap.